How's it going, everybody? Actor Shikawa here. Welcome back to Mario Kart Wii CTGP. And today, we've got a new update. February 2022. The first CTGP update of the year with, like, new tracks in it. And, yeah, 2 new tracks, which are going to be interesting. We're going to play through the tracks as usual, which have been updated first, and then we'll go through the tracks that are being removed. So we'll play the old tracks first, and then the new tracks later. And if you want to check out the entire playlist of my CTGP update series, there'll be a playlist in the iCard in the top right-hand corner of your screen. So, yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. Okay, so the first track is DS Cheep Beach. And this is going to be the first of many updated tracks coming this update. And to be honest, I do really like this version of Cheep Beach, because it looks like really similar to the original. And I do like that about retros, when they look really similar. But to be honest, like, there are some things that probably need to be fixed. Like, it is very slidey. Almost, like, one would say it's a bit too slidey. And I'm doing alright right now, but it is very slidey. I think that's an issue that could be fixed. I have seen on other channels that there are different versions of Cheep Beach, but which I think could potentially be included or replacing this version, which would be interesting. My personal preference, unless those other versions are really exceptional, I can't actually remember what they are off the top of my head. All I know is that they're a different theme. All I'd like, personally, is it for it to look the same, but just maybe touch up on the graphics a little bit, and also make it a little less slidey. But overall, it is actually quite a fun track. There'll be other tracks that are, that I'll be playing later on, which, like, yeah, need to have a desperate update. Because if they didn't have an update to them, I would probably say they should be removed entirely. But that's just another story. We'll get to those tracks when we get to them. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say about this track, to be honest. It is a very fun track to drive. I've always loved Cheep Beach. It's one of my my childhood Mario Kart tracks. I do like the little touches though that the author of the track include, like the little piantas dancing on the side. I think that's quite a cute little touch. Because off the top of my head, I don't think that was in the original. I did literally just play DS Cheep Beach only like yesterday to get footage, and I honestly can't remember, so that's pretty bad of me. But anyway, like if I look behind me, look, there are some pianos up there, which is again a neat little touch, which gives this, which gives the track more kind of animation and more character, which is something that I've explained in previous updates. I really like. So yeah, first track down. As I said, there are some things which probably need to be touched up on, in my opinion. But yeah, overall, I'm looking forward to seeing what actually changes to Cheep Beach. Alright, next up is GCN Bowser's Castle, another retro track that's being updated. Again, when you talk about tracks that are like really nice looking from the original, like this track kind of nails that. I love how this track looks. It looks very similar to the original. Excuse me, there are definitely some things that like could be changed and probably should be changed. Like, some parts of it. I don't think you can make this jump, for example, while you're small. I don't think you can make that. I mean, obviously, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can make that before. There are definitely some parts of it that, like, need changing anyway. Like, that fireball section could be a bit easier. And also, coming up to the main part in just a second, these U-turns are horrible, by the way. Like, you can't make that U-turn, or this turn, actually, on any outside drifting vehicle without hitting a wall. But this part, I think, is the most important bit. The Bowser shooting fireballs. I think if anything's going to be changed from this track, it has to be that. Because you have to constantly look behind you to see, like, where that fireball is at all times. Which is annoying, to say the least. When you're trying to race, and you're trying to look at things in front of you to see where you're going, you have to look back. It's obviously, like, looking back like this, obviously is an important part of racing anyway. But, like, when you're doing it, like, in one section, you have to look back, and you pretty much can't pay attention to what's in front of you. I think that is pretty... It's not great, I'll say that. But I mean, other than that, I do actually really like this track. I like how it's not too slidey. It feels right for like every vehicle in terms of like driving on it. It's just some of these turns are way too brutal. Like even on the Flame Runner, if you don't make those turns correctly, you'll just hit a wall, and it's impossible to avoid, which is really annoying. I'm gonna take the regular route. I never take this route. Like no one ever takes this route actually, which I think is maybe another potential. I don't even necessarily think it's an issue. It's just something that I've noticed. No one ever takes a side route. Everyone always takes a shortcut, especially like since it's so easy to make. Like granted, you can't really like turn inside that much because there's an invisible wall which like you'll hit and you'll fall off. But other than that, it's a fairly easy shortcut to make. It is a very long track too, I'll say that. I think it comes in about 3.5 minutes. Although actually saying that, it's actually fairly reasonable for a Bowser's Castle. I mean, like Rainbow Roads lasts about 3 minutes. I think 3.5 minutes is about a good enough length for a track like this. I think it's about this long in the original as well. Though again, I have to go back and double check. I have to play Double Dash to fully confirm that theory. But I mean, overall, the track is pretty good. It's just there are some things that I think need touching up on. I don't think that anything to do with the graphics need to change, apart from maybe the Wii Bowser's Castle Bowser shooting the fireballs. I mean, it's a good effect because like this does happen in the original as well. But I think that I don't know, maybe updating the Bowser so it like it goes side to side and then shoots fireballs so it does in the original. I think that could probably be a better way of going about it instead of reusing the Bowser one, making the fireball shoot in like really weird directions. So yeah, overall, really like this track still. Again, there's a few things that need to be changed, and I'd be happy with this track. Alright, Sunset Ridge. Yeah, this track's needed an update for a while. I actually like didn't recognize it at first, because I was like, oh, like what track is this? There's quite a few Sunset tracks in this game that are all kind of very, similar looking. But I mean, no, this track needs an update. I mean, if it's not anything like, visual or like, if it's nothing to do with like, actually like driving it, if it's just like bug fixes, then yeah, I'm not interested. I'll mention it now. I'll mention it a little bit later as well, because I'll most likely forget that I have. But I'll mention it now, just in case, because I think it makes sense with the track we're playing. Basically, when I go through the new tracks, and obviously if you skip to the new tracks, you might not know this. But yeah, if I go through the new tracks, if it's just bug fixes or like patches, then I won't bother driving more than one lap. There's not really much point in me driving through the same track again if it's not that much. If it's not like a meaningful kind of update. Like if it's just very simple bug fixing, then to me that's not really an update. I've mentioned it before on the channel, but to me an update is something substantial that's updated the track, whether it be like the visuals or the track itself, if they made it shorter, if they decreased the lap count. Whereas a patch is just simple like fixes of bugs and glitches. That's what I would personally consider to be the difference between a patch and an update. Which I still do wish that were clearly defined, but that's just me. I understand that's just I understand that's just a me thing. So I mean, we'll have to see what actually happens in terms of the update and stuff. In terms of just another point, in terms of like me calling GCN Bowser's Castle long, this is long. This is a very long track. I'm already like, I feel like this track takes about 4 minutes to finish. Although I did fall off once, granted, so I have to see what the overall finishing time is when I'm actually done. What I do like, by the way, about this track, and it's a very subtle thing, but I do like how the crystals on the walls, they actually point you in the correct direction, which I think is quite a neat little touch. And also the billboard signs advertising other tracks, like there's a sign back there that was advertising Volcano Skyway, which isn't in CTGP, and Daisy's Palace, which I believe is in CTGP, although probably not. I'd like to imagine that like the original version isn't in CTGP. Because, like, to be honest, this track is quite old. It looks like an old track that, like, is in desperately need of an update. But I mean, yeah, we'll see. Oh god, we'll see what happens in terms of like, you know, which I have to actually look that up. Actually, I'm interested in that point now. Are there any advertising there? Yeah, there's the no, I can't actually see it. The text is way too blurry for me to see. Also, there is a mushroom somewhere around here. I have to just find it though. There it is. There's a hidden mushroom hidden in the bushes. And also, another cool point that me and my friends found when we were just messing around this track is that there's a there's a hidden item block, hidden item box just behind there, behind that plant, and behind that tree. I did very briefly show. I did just kind of breeze by it, but there's a hidden item box which only gives you stars, which is, yeah, it's an interesting feature. Yeah, 3 minutes 50, so not quite 4 minutes, but I did fall off. I did take a while trying to find that that hidden mushroom in the bushes. So yeah, overall I think this track does need some tuning up. Maybe make it a little bit easier, shorten the track length, shorten the laps, update the graphics, and yeah, I think we're good there. I think I'll have a good track if those updates are implemented. Okay, Crystal Dungeon. This track admittedly has, you know, I have a lot of nostalgia for this track. This is one of the first tracks I ever played in CTGP when I first got it. And honestly, this track is, yeah, I'm glad it's not being removed. I mean, it's a track that probably should be removed, but I'm glad it's not, because I honestly do have a nostalgia for this track. But like, there are definitely things that need to be updated, like the graphics, for example. I mean, the way this track drives isn't like a problem, and you can cut around that crystal, which is a good like risk and reward thing. It's clearly like, you know, if you see this in CT Worldwide, I don't think this track has actually ever been picked in my my Phantom Road to 999 series. But like, if it ever does get picked, I'll have to, you know, I'll have to show you. But basically, actually, hold on. Before I continue that point, I'm going to try and take the shortcut here. Which you can do, I think, like this. There you go. I'm pretty sure you can do that streamless as well, but I'm not going to try it streamless. I'm not that much of a maniac. I know it can be done, but I'm not actually going to do it. I'm going to go this way as well. There you go. There are a few like little kind of funny routes that you can do on this track, which I think is actually quite fun. But I mean, yeah, overall, I think this track does need to implement some changes. It's funny because the length is actually something that I'm happy with. It's not a track that's like really stupidly long. This mushroom section could be a little bit annoying though. But what I do find interesting is that in races, like versus races or worldwide races, there are little items on those mushroom pads. So like some of them have shells, some of them have mushrooms. I think one of them might have a star. I'm not entirely sure. I can't quite remember. Oh no, I couldn't make it. Where's it going to respawn me? All the way back here. That's fine. That's well deserved. So that shortcut is really like a risk and reward thing, where if you can make it, but if you mess up, then yeah, you're going to start very, very far behind. But yeah, overall, I think that the track is actually quite fun. But there are some changes that need to be implemented. Mostly, I would say the visuals. Excuse me, because again, I don't necessarily have a problem with the track length. I was going to say about that crystal path there. In worldwide races, what most people do is they block that crystal cut. So like, you know, if people want to try and take, you know, it as inside as possible, then, you know, I think after about lap 1, or like lap 2 if you're lucky, that entire section will be blocked off. So, interesting little point there, I think, to finish off the race. And yeah, again, the length of the track isn't something that I have the issue with. The issue with me, the issue for me, sorry, on this track would be the visuals. I'd say touch up on the visuals, and we've got something really good here. All right, and speaking of tracks that should be updated, Delfino Island. This is a oh boy, this is a track that's very old and it's probably been in need of an update for a while. If this track hasn't got an update, I would probably suggest that this track be removed, because it is very, very janky, and it is very, very long. It's been in desperate need of an update for a long time, I think, especially in terms of like where CTGP as a whole is going. Because like, obviously there's more modern. Hang on, wait, I'll try and make this turn. No, I've never properly understood how you make it. I think you do a mini turbo and then you can make it, but or you can just use a mushroom there. But I'm honestly like still not entirely sure. What's my point? Oh yeah, yeah, the track's definitely been up there for a long time. It is way too janked. It is way too long. And, yeah, it's just like, yeah, again, if it hasn't got anything substantial, I would say this track should have been removed quite a long time ago. Because there are quite a few blind jumps that are tough to make. On mirror mode especially, it's really weird, like, kind of like, you know, going back to front. And, like, to be fair, like, the leaf piles, you know, they do give you, you know, you know, mushrooms and bananas, kind of like how they work on Maple Treeway. But I mean, you know, it can be fun, but honestly, like, you know, I wouldn't complain if this track was removed as a whole. But like, again, we'll have to see what the actual update is. I'm gonna take the other route, just yeah, I don't think this route gets shown off too much. I know I've shown it off before in Phantom Road to Nines because I've played this track before at least once or twice. And I think both times. No, once I finished, once I didn't finish. And there are a couple of little routes that I can show you afterwards, which is I don't know. I think they're quite fun. It's nothing to do with like racing. It's just fun little routes that I can show off on lap 3 here. I don't know if I do them. I'll actually be able to do another full lap. But we'll just, you know what? Let's just see what happens. But yeah, overall, I'll just say my overall feelings on this track now. I think that again, visuals need to be touched up on. Make the length of the track shorter. Make it like, you know. Actually, length is fine. I'm only like 2 minutes 20 in. It's a good time. I'm gonna go this way. So I think there might be another route around this way, like Delfino Plaza, 100 kilometers away. And Luigi's like, I'm off the mini map now. I'm completely off the map. What? Okay, I guess you can't go all the way over. That's dumb. Oh, okay, so you can't go all the way out over there. I thought you could. Okay, there's another route. Like, okay, I can maybe explore the docks around here. Although it's not really much. But I mean, you know, look, there's just a cool little place to explore. You know, you can chill by the docks, you can hang out. I've never actually been around here before. I've always kind of wanted to go around here though. Might as well get everything in before potentially all this is removed or, you know, updated. Who knows? Maybe that'll have invisible walls later. Who knows? I've never taken this route before. Oh, gone for good reason. Okay, that's the first time I've ever taken that route. I feel like, even with the Mark bike, that's going to be a very hard turn to make. Unless, like, you probably just don't trick there. That's my theory. But, I mean, yeah. Overall, again, I've already remembered overall, so I'll just say it one more time. Because I am admittedly running out of things to say for this track. Oh, actually, there is one more thing. The dark green is the off-road. So if you're wondering why, you know, oh, I'm not just, like, using, like, mushrooms, like, all the way through this track and, like, cutting off everything, it's because the dark green is that is off-road, and that not even off-road, that is out of bounds. If you hit any fragment of that dark green, you are out of bounds. So we finished in a cool 4 minutes, admittedly having respawned after a couple of times. But yeah, I've already given my my thoughts on this track. Might as well just move on. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention is you can actually get up on the roof. Using some of those ramps. That is the only other thing I can say about this track, though. Let's hope that the update for this track actually, you know, improves it by quite a lot. Okay, Melody Sanctum. This one I'm actually admittedly quite curious about, because, if I'm not mistaken, this was in the last, update video that I did. And this is, like, actually a really good improvement to make. Nothing about the track has really changed. It's just they changed the lap count from 3 laps to 2, which is a miracle to make this track so much more enjoyable to drive. Literally, it's just as simple as changing the amount of laps makes this track even more fun. I would also fix some texture glitches as well. So I'm actually kind of curious about what this track's actually going to be updating. I suspect it's just a patch. Unless they've suddenly decided to tune up the graphics as well as, like, fixing the lap count. Oops. But, I'm honestly not so sure. The one thing I will say as well, this isn't about the track, it's about, the updates in general. I didn't end up doing the 2nd December update, which is a shame. I really wanted to do it, but like that coincided with Christmas. Like it came out, I think, the 23rd of December. I left it as late as I could to try and record it, but at the end of the day, I did want to go home and see my family. So I couldn't do that update video. So I hope you guys understand that. But like honestly, my thoughts on that update. It's my favorite update I've ever played. It's such a shame I didn't get to review it. Because like Vile Isle, Super Marine World, Snowland, GBA Snowland, Frappe Snowland, like all of those tracks, and like actually every single one. Envenom Snowstorm as well, I've just remembered. Thump Bump Forest, Superstar Dystopia, like all of them are really, really good tracks. I've really enjoyed all of them. Like honestly, it's that kind of update is exactly what I want to see from these updates. Like it's pretty much everything I've asked for from that update. So to be honest, this update has a lot to live up to. If it like, you know, to me personally, if like the updates continue in that kind of progression of, you know, more modernized, more like, you know, nice new tracks, easy tracks to drive, you know, if they continue in that direction, I think, you know, it's fantastic. It will be really good. So like again, hats off to Mr. Bean and like everyone else for doing all this and, you know, making that update great. And also again, I will mention again, Mr. Bean did make the all the mods. He made CTGP as a whole. So I mean, thank you for making CTGP, I guess, as well, Bean. But yeah, overall, I don't really have much to say about this track, so I feel like I've already reviewed it. But we'll go through it again just in case. And yeah, hopefully there'll be more, like, hopefully there'll be better graphics. That's the main thing I'm hoping for this track. Everything else, I guess, is completely fine. Alright, this is the last updated track, Wuhu Island, and again, I'm thinking bug fix, because I legitimately cannot think of anything that this track needs to be updated for. Like, you know, it looks beautiful, like it drives really well. I'm just wondering what needs to be changed, apart from a potential like bug or glitch that I just don't know. I mean, like, again, like, you know, maybe they'll surprise me. Maybe the track creator will surprise me and all of us by you know, by doing all this. I'm honestly not sure, but I mean, man, I'm actually kind of confused. Like, what could change apart from a bug fix? So I mean, maybe some of the rocks could be changed, but again, it looks. I want to take the shortcut route. I know it's not faster, but I mean, it's still cool to show off. Excuse me, maybe they'll make the shortcut route a bit faster. I mean, who knows? I honestly do not know what they're going to change. Again, surprise me, track creators. I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll come up with. Oh, I messed up the shortcut. Okay, well, so much for that. But I mean, yeah, I'm still really, really confused. I mean, like, Wuhu Island, this is a retro track from Mario Kart 7, and it is very, very good. Obviously, like, you can't really do, when you're porting Mario Kart 7 tracks in, which are like, you know, one lap, but they have 3 sections instead of laps, you can't really, you know, you can't really make that 3 laps. So you have to, you have to make it one lap overall. But you just have to have the little sections there, just, you know, just so they're there, and so it's like, so it's faithful to the original, which I do like. Excuse me. But yeah, overall this track is really, really good. I don't exactly know what they're gonna do to fix it. But I mean, yeah, I guess we'll just see what happens. So those are all the updated. Those are all the updated tracks. Now we're looking at the tracks that are being removed from CTGP coming up next. Alright, first track to be removed from CTGP is Cave Island, and to be honest, yeah, I mean, this one, I think it had it coming for a while. Cave Island is a fairly old track. I mean, this was updated before. I remember when this, I can't exactly remember which update it was, but I do remember when this track got updated. But the only thing they removed was a little plank going across, like, cutting off this entire section so everyone would take it. But like, other than that, like, nothing about this track really changed. It is a fairly boring track. I do maintain that I think boring tracks do need to be in CTGP, because, like, you know, for new players, you know, you don't want them playing, you know, tracks that are as hard as Melting Magma Melee or Final Grounds or like Flying Kingdom or anything like that. So I think tracks like this are needed. But like the problem is, we kind of have those tracks already, and a lot of them are retros. Like Figure 8 Circuit is about as basic as you can get. So I mean, like there are probably like loads of other tracks I'm just missing off the top of my head. But like, what I also just noticed, why was a speedboat just come flying out of the wall? Like, I honestly don't know. We're just gonna move on from that weird anomaly. But I mean, yeah. Overall, I think that the track, yeah, again, it had it coming. There's nothing inherently wrong with the track. It's just outdated and okay. Never mind. That's something that's wrong with it. Like those bumps were a bit odd. You have to kind of trick off them, because otherwise you'll bounce. It is very bouncy, that last section, is my point. But I mean, yeah, it's an interesting one. So I remember playing this track the first game in the CTGP, and like nothing really screamed, you know, it being special. But I think actually there was a mistake made with this. And I mentioned this in the update video, I remember. Like by taking out that bridge section, yes, it was a shortcut that like everyone used. But like the problem is, that was the only part of the track which I thought was actually unique and kind of like made this track kind of stand out a little bit instead of it just being a bit of a weird basic drive. So that was, I think, a bit of a mistake. But like overall, like the track is fine. I mean, should it be removed from CTGP? Yes. Can't wait to see what it's being replaced with. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the second track that's being removed in a second. But yeah, not too sad to see this one go. Again, it had it coming for a little while, which is sad to say, but it's unfortunately true. Alright, the last track of this section, and the second track being removed, is DKR Star City. And the first thing I'll say is that the last of the Diddy Kong Racing tracks has finally fallen. There used to be 3 tracks from Diddy Kong Racing in this game. There used to be Ancient Lake, Jungle Falls, and Star City, and now all 3 of them are gone. And honestly, that does just make me a bit sad. I've definitely grown to appreciate Diddy Kong Racing a lot more than I used to. Diddy Kong Racing is a fantastic racing game. Some will even say that, like, you know, it's a better racing game than Mario Kart 64, which, like, in my opinion, yes it is. It's not, okay, in terms of the main gameplay, the story, so much better. Battle mode, however, yeah, Mario Kart 64 takes that. But, yeah, I'm just sad to see this one go. It's like, it is very faithful to the original. I mean, like, yes, there's a lot of, like, really bright colors. A lot of them kind of, like, fade into each other, and it looks a bit kind of, like, odd. But, like, I like it. I love the city section of this track. I personally am sad to see this one go. I think that more tracks from other games should be included in CTGP. Like, I remember, like, the very first update video I did, there was, I think I played Big Blue, and like, yes, that version of Big Blue was terrible, but at least we had an F-Zero track. I think if they touched up on, like, you know, tracks from other games, if they touched up on Star City, Ancient Lake, Jungle Falls, like, I'd love to see more tracks from Diddy Kong Racing back in. I know there's, I can't remember what it's called. I think Frosty Village or whatever it is, but there is a Diddy Kong Racing track that I have seen on Mero's channel from Hide and Seek. I know, like, there's a version of that which looks really good. Just a few, like, you know, better signposting it would be, I think, really good to be put in CTGP. But yeah, really sad to see this one go. Overall, I think, you know, looking forward to seeing what's replacing this one. But yeah, I just wish there were more tracks from other games, apart from Crash Team Racing, which would be put into CTGP. So yeah, those are all the old tracks that are being removed, and yeah, now it's time to see all the new tracks. So yeah, really looking forward to this. Let's see if it lives up to the previous December updates. If you're enjoying what you're listening to right now, I made it. I have a Bandcamp where I put up any music that I make professionally and put it on there. That'll be in the link in the description and on the screen right now. Hope you enjoy. Ooh, Okay, I like this. Okay, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. I've seen a Cheep beach before where there was a sunset theme to it. This looks really nice. Okay, so just so you guys are aware, I have never seen these tracks before in my life. This is my genuine first reaction to these tracks. This is how it always works. And if something isn't like, I don't feel like something's substantial enough to look through. Like if it is just a bug fix, I'm gonna do one lap of it and then move on. But this is like substantially changed. I'm doing the 3 full laps of this. This looks awesome. I love the changes they've made to it. Like again, I mentioned in the old tracks that you know, I like it when it looks similar to the original. Like this looks really good. It has the same feel as original DS Cheep Beach does, but it just like it updates the look so much. It feels so much nicer to drive. I mean, like, it's nowhere near as slidey. That's fixed. I mean, like, the water effect's cool. Can I drive through the water still? I can. How far through can I drive? There's dirt here. Okay, so it's kind of taking inspiration from Mario Kart Deluxe's maybe, because you can fall off the side if you try and cut too far in Mario Kart Deluxe's version of Cheep Beach. This looks, like, honestly, this looks brilliant. There's even a little like Mario Kart TV. On the side, which is really cool. This really reminds me of like a holiday resort. Like it fully reminds me of that now. Honestly, it's just an incredible update. Look at the sky! Oh, the sky looks awesome. There's a rotating like lighthouse as well. There's a little pianta on the edge of the rock there. Hello, pianta. Oh man, there's one on the lighthouse too. Oh, honestly, this is so cool. I am thrilled to bits with how this first track is. Honestly, this is a perfect start. I absolutely adore it. Yeah, I legitimately was not expecting this. Yeah, what a great first track to the new update. Really cool stuff. Obviously, all of the oh, it's a shortcut there. Oh, I just saw a ramp. I'll experiment with that later. But yeah, honestly. What a track to start the update off. Really good stuff. Alright, on to GCN Bowser's Castle. Not noticing an immediate difference. It does look near enough to say, although I think the downward section might be. No, I honestly can't remember. I know I only just played this track a second ago. Like, I really can't remember. My memory sometimes can be atrocious. But like, again, the look to this track aren't the problem. Oh boy, okay, this bit's changed. This looks actually even more like the original version, I think. This looks really, really nice. Yeah, it looks even more like the original version now. So they have touched up on some of the graphics, which is something I do really like. Making it look even more like the original and touching up on the graphics is like a fantastic idea. Because this bit looks really good. This is the change now. Have they changed the... Oh, they have changed it. Oh, okay, that's actually really cool. So they have changed the Bowser statue. That is, okay, to be honest, I am actually so impressed. Like, to be honest, I know I suggested that, okay, you should replace the Wii Bowser's Castle fireball throwing thing with something that moves side to side. I didn't honestly think that was gonna be possible for whatever reason. And my god, whoever made this is oh my god, I am so impressed. This is so cool now. Like genuinely, GameCube Bowser's Castle. I didn't mention this in the other version, the old tracks, but this is actually one of my favorite Bowser's Castles. It doesn't quite top DS Bowser's Castle for me, but I mean honestly, my god, this is probably second in terms of like favorite Bowser's Castle. Honestly, oh my lord, this is so cool. The fact that they made it look like the original, even more of the original, is like genuinely like, super impressive. I mean, like the thing is as well, like it would be nice if you could see the Bowser statue as you're falling down, because he's just gonna get spawned in front of you. Is that gonna hit me from behind? Oh my god, yes it is. Yeah, this is honestly such a huge improvement. Oh, those are really hard to avoid. That's gonna be tough to avoid those fireballs. But yeah, honestly, this is I am honestly stunned. at how good this version is. This is fantastic. Again, the visuals didn't need touching up in most of it, but like the areas where it did need touching up, they've been fixed. Like it's this bit. I'm gonna take this while not tricking. Let's see if that works. Not tricking, yeah, much better. Because before, if you didn't trick, I believe you just fell off into the lava. It's almost like they're reading my mind. the track creation. I have to look up who did this afterwards. But obviously, all of the information about all of these new custom tracks will be in the description, along with the people who made them. And again, like, thank you to in advance. Thank you to everyone who made these new custom tracks. Like, so far, I am very, very impressed. Like, all of these tracks are so far really, really good. Let's see if I can avoid these fireballs one more time. There we go. Yeah, man, super impressed. It's about the same length as it is in the first version as well. But yeah, it's amazing. Both Cheep Beach and Bowser's Castle are like brilliant, but for completely different reasons. This, like, well done. Like, for those of you who made this track, this was honestly I'm blown away by it. It's really, really cool. Alright, Sunset Ridge. This has changed. I've noticed a difference in the sky. It's more like, you know what, I actually don't really, like, think that's necessarily morning. I actually more consider that to, like, look, like, really similar to, like a sunrise. So it should be sunrise circuit. Although, like, it is actually quite cool. That is just, it's not even really nitpicking. I just think it's a really cool effect. Has anything else changed? That much? I don't really think so. I mean, I'm driving through. I'm looking over. Oh, I think the order of some of the mushrooms may have changed. I don't remember there being 3 green mushrooms here. I mean, like, so far I'm not noticing too much about. Oh wow. Okay. So there's some illumination within the caves now. So yeah, pretty much the track itself has remained exactly the same. But they've definitely touched up on the visual side. Like, this looks, oh my god, this looks sick. The arrows are still like the arrows are still the crystals pointing, which again I think it's a really neat subtle touch. Yeah, man, this is like, it's really cool. I still wish I could like still kind of read that running. Misty Ruins, I remember Misty Ruins. There's Volcanic Skyway. 2 advertisements from Daisy Palace though. Okay, let's see. Woo. Oh my god, okay, there's one giant mushroom now. Because before there used to be 3 mushrooms. And you can take actually quite a cool ultra shortcut. I'm assuming it's also been fixed. Maybe it hasn't been fixed, so maybe we'll have to test that out at some point later on. Probably not in this video, probably in my spare time. I'll see if the ultra shortcut works. But I mean, yeah, there used to be 3 mushrooms there, now there's 1 giant mushroom. Which I think is actually quite, I don't know why, it's just really amusing to me. It's a giant stretched mushroom pad. But yeah, it's a cool effect. I do really like how the track looks. I like the lone hot air balloon, but I think what they've done with the caves is the coolest part. I mean, like, the sky is a really, really neat touch. I do really like that. But I mean, honestly, the illumination of the caves, oh man, it's actually gorgeous. But it's small stuff like this, like even like, you know, the crystals like shine when you like go near them. I don't think they did that in the first version. Oh my god, those boulders. But like it's stuff like that, like the little touches which make tracks like this just so it makes it feel alive. It makes it feel like so full of life, which is what I think previous updates I reviewed have been missing. I mean, like, you know, the very first updates I ever did, like, they've been missing stuff like this. This is always something that I've kind of been looking for. Tracks that, like, you know, feel like, you know, they're alive. And you can kind of, like, you know, it's just, like, the animation, the, you know, the way it drives just feels nice. It's just a really, really cool, like, updates like that, like, tracks like this, you know, where you don't necessarily have to do much of the track, but like touching up on the visuals and making it look pretty, and making it feel just like alive and in motion, and you know, adding all these cool little effects. That's what makes this track, and that's what makes tracks like this and updates like really good. Oh, okay, so I think they've made the mushroom point a little bit easier to find as well. I did have to like go back and like search through last time. So I think the mushroom is actually in the bush now, and not like kind of weirdly in between them in an awkward position. I'm wondering if that there's a little bush back there. I don't know if you can see it. It's behind that big tree. I don't know if the special little Starbucks is there, but I'll have to test that out at some point later. But yeah, again, really good stuff. Whoever made this, like, man, oh man, was definitely not expecting this. I thought it was just gonna be a bug fix, and I've been pleasantly surprised. So yeah, like, fantastic job. Like, not much more I can say about it. All right, Crystal Dungeon. Let's see how this one's changed, if at all. I'm not noticing many differences to the graphics. Let's see if the shortcut's any easier. Oh my god, okay, nearly messed up the shortcut. Okay, so they have, oh my god, there's more like illuminated crystals down here. It's not as dark anymore. That's brilliant. They still kept the big Goomba. Big old Goomba there. Everything else, okay, from what I'm looking at, wait, was that castle there before? I don't know if that castle was there in the background before. I'd have to like look back in the video after it's done to confirm. But yeah, man, there's definitely been some visual changes for sure. They've made that kind of bit harder. So like what I did before, I mean, I took it terribly. Oh, hello. All right, let's see if I can do this as well. Oh no. Okay, I messed that up immediately. But yeah, I was just gonna mention before with the shortcut. Well, not with the shortcut. Yeah, actually no. Yeah, there is a shortcut, isn't it? Like where you can cut off that big boxy U-turn. What you can normally do is you can just drive like straight through, and you can like just take the you can take the ramp and then just kind of boost your way through without having to use any mushrooms or anything, which is like what it's meant to be a shroom cut. But like if you're good enough, you can take it to shroomer's cut. Maybe if you had enough like off-road, like if I was on the Magic Cruiser for example, it would probably be a breeze to get through. But I mean like yeah, I'm actually again like pleasantly surprised. They've touched up on the crystals, like they've done. It's a similar effect to what they did in what's it called in Sunset Ridge, where it's just like illuminated a bit more, which is something I do actually quite like. I mean the piranhas are still there, like the main elements, the core elements of Crystal Dungeon are still there, like the the piranha plants and the shortcut and like the docks down there. I really do wish they would change the like that bit there, where the house is. Oh, I so nearly did it. But yeah, if they change like where the house, like that bit there, I'll look back. Oh, you can barely see it from that angle. Like the house there, I wish they changed that bit. It doesn't look that nice. But like that's the only real kind of like negative thing I have to say about this track that's still there. I mean, like most of it like has kind of been touched up. I think. Like again, I don't know whether that castle was there before. Again, I have to double check. But like, you know, some parts of I do still think that some of the graphics need touching up, like the walls and the floor maybe. But like, you know, they are very nitpicky things at the end of the day. So overall, they have like parts of the track have changed, and you know, again, like the illumination of the crystals, the nice looking ramps. Yeah, it's cool. Like, it's my least favorite so far, but like it's still good, if that makes any sense. Like the track itself is still fine. They didn't really change anything to do with the track itself, but I just wish I touched up on the visuals a little bit more. But overall, I'm still happy with how this track looks now. Okay, Delfino Island. This is the one I was like most unconvinced would have any changes, and look at the lap count. Not convinced at the moment. There's any major changes. I wish they would change the length of this track though. It should not, like a track of this length should not be 3 laps. Like no chance. I'm just having a bit of a look. So again, I can't really see any major changes so far. It looks exactly the same. Maybe they've changed this shortcut to be a little bit easier. Let's double check. I know you actually flubbed it there. Let's have a look and see. So if we just like, nope. Okay, shortcut. Still the same. Still about the same difficulty. I'm not entirely sure there's been any changes, to be honest. It's probably bug fixes. I mean, yeah, not too thrilled with the lack of change, because this is a track that I think was in most need of a change, like visual touch up, or just something that like You know, just something that would, like, you know, make it ineligible for removal. And I still feel like this track should be removed. Like, I can't see any visible change. What I am going to try and do, let's see if I can get on the roof. So now you can do that. Oh my god. And then usually, like, if you took that a bit better, you could, like, take a, you know, you could get off that other cut. I'm going to quickly see, because I'm not going to drive much of this. I'm going to see, can I actually go up here now? Maybe this is the patch change they've done. You can actually explore a bit more now. I highly doubt it. Let's have a look. Is it going to be out of bounds? Yes. Okay. So yeah, not much has really changed on this track, unfortunately. Which is a shame. Again, I felt like this is a track that definitely did the most touching up, and there hasn't been anything that's there hasn't been any visible changes apart from you know, probably bug fixes. So there's not really much point in me driving the same track again. So I'm just gonna move on to the next track. All right, Melody Sanctum. This also doesn't look much different. I'm not going to rag on this one as much though, because this one like already got updated. Like all the I feel like all the, if this hasn't had an update to it, like a proper one, get to the shortcut, please, Luigi. There you go. Again, if this one doesn't have like as much of an update as the other one, like that's fine. Because like this track already was kind of updated, and like all the main changes to this track that were needed were made. It's just apart from maybe some like visual touch-ups. I can't visibly see. I can't see like many changes to the track. You know, visually, they haven't made it any shorter, but it's a 2-lap track now, so like that's fine. I'm not going to complain about that one too much, if at all. But yeah, I can't really see many. I can't see any changes on this one either. I'm going to go through the track just to make sure, because I don't want to feel like I'm missing anything. Because you know, there might be something at the end of the track which you know could change things. But I mean, like, yeah. Again, I'm not going to moan about this one as much as Delfino, because again, all the changes that were made in this one were made before, whereas in Delfino they just haven't been made. Yeah, no visible updates. That's fine. All the main changes are made anyway. So yeah, we're gonna move on straight away to the next track, Wuhu Island. All right, Wuhu Island. Again, doesn't look like there's any visible changes, but again, that's fine. Even if I wanted to quit, I mean, the entire track is 1 lap. So I mean, I guess I have to do the entire lap. I have to drive the entire course time, which I'm fine with though, because Wuhu Island is like genuinely like a treat. It's very, very fun. Like, okay, I'm actually gonna take a few things that I'm not gonna actually, and also I'll be able to show off like a route, like a couple of the routes I didn't actually take the first time. So I took the shortcut the first time. Okay, a quote-unquote shortcut the first time. Although maybe that's changed. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think the main route would have changed too much. Okay, what I'll do is I'll take the shortcut again and see if anything's changed in there. Maybe they've made it a little bit faster. Who knows? Let's just double check. Whee! Okay. Let me see. Has anything changed around here? No. Nothing's changed on this shortcut. That's fine. Gonna take this little ramp up here though. I'm not gonna take the shortcut here because, like, you know, that killed me last time. I'm gonna go around and leave that shortcut be. I don't even necessarily think that's even faster anyway. I think that's just a bit of a waste of time taking that, because it's so much risk, and I don't think you get much out of it. Maybe like, if there was a gain, it wouldn't be like that much of a gain at all, if I'm being perfectly honest. But yeah, let's just see what this shortcut's like. I never actually took this shortcut before, but I'll be able to determine whether it's the same or not. Obviously the boost ramps here were there before, to kind of make it a little bit quicker going around that corner. I mean, what I do like is, like, I didn't mention this before, but what I did like about this track is that they do have, you know, they have like the little balloons to make it still like Mario Kart Wii friendly. And it still fits within the Wuhu Island theme as well. So, yeah, I mean, overall, again, not much to complain about. It still looks the same, but that's fine. Like, this track didn't really have anything visibly wrong about it. So, those were all the updated tracks. Last 2 tracks of the video are the new tracks that are being added in. I'm really looking forward to this. Oh, man. Okay, I wasn't expecting to like this. This is Musical Motorway, or as you guys will probably know it as Music Park or Melody Motorway. Oh man, I didn't expect everything. They've even got the dancing piranhas, which like I think they go down in a rhythm. Yeah, they do. This is cool. So like, they've literally kind of recreated it as faithfully as possible. I mean, oh my god, the animation and stuff. This is what I'm talking about. The track just feels so alive. And this is one of, I think, the more unique, this is one of the more unique tracks in Mario Kart history, I think. Because with the music, like, that's what kind of makes this track special and fun. I'm going to take this drum here. And, yep, using my for that grass cut. This is awesome. Can I just say that now? This is so cool. I'm actually blown away. Can you trick off these? Yeah, you can. I'm gonna take the little outer route here that no one ever takes in 3DS Mario Circuit. Oh, sorry, 3DS Melody Motorway. My bad. I'm saying 3DS Mario Circuit because I've been thinking of Mario Kart Raceway, aka Mario Circuit from Mario Kart 7. But like, yeah, man, another really good Mario Kart 7 track added to the lineup. I do like how the music notes act as swamps. You can't really get the same effect as you know, like when they land and they kind of swap places. They kind of like go to the beat. You can't really replicate that effect in Mario Kart Wii. So like, you know, doing it like that with just having them as swamps. But essentially, that's kind of how they act in Mario Kart 7 anyway, and Mario Kart 8, I should add. That's like the best way you can kind of replicate that effect. I do kind of wish there were spotlights there, but that's just nitpicking. I mean, honestly, like, spotlights where the piranha plants are, I should say. But honestly, like, this is by far, oh my god, I'm actually stunned. Like, this is the dream right here. Like, everything, I think you guys will, if you've been around my channel for a while, you'll know that, like, as an audio designer, for, you know, a video game designer with an audio specialism, you know, making music, etc. Like, this is something that appeals to me. I'm a huge sucker for music-based tracks, and yeah, honestly, this is an incredible recreation of Melody Motorway. Like, hats off to whoever made this. Again, the person who made this and the track information will be in the description, but like, my god, what a track. This is by far the best track that I've seen all day. Man, I can't say much more. This is absolutely incredible. Whoa! Hello. Okay. This is Kamek's Library, the last track of the video, the second new track in the game. Whenever I think it's funny, whenever I think of Kamek's Library, I always think of the Mario Party DS kind of level. There's a lot going on here, I'll say that. Oh, hello, Kamek. He's just casually flying around. That's really cool. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Oh my god. Yeah, a lot happening. Good god. I mean, there's so much going on here that makes it feel full of life. Again, like the animation, the bats, just everything. Like, it's so cool. Like, you go outside and inside. It's a very, like, strange library. I mean, like, I don't know how Kamek could ever study in this environment, but like, hey ho. I mean, I guess you get a bunch of you know, fresh air from like going outside all the time. All right, let's see if I can do this. This is a shortcut you can take. There you go. Fantastic. Okay. Not a bad start overall. You can take this. You can take this cut through here. Yep, there you are. Have to cut through a little bit of the grass. Can you trick on that? No, I don't think you can. Oh, I bet if you landed on top of the bookshelf as well, you'd get more of an inside angle. I'm gonna go up with the zipper ramp. Woohoo! That's pretty cool. Going up it again. Hey! That's so cool. I'm gonna try going up on one of the bookcases later on, like on this lap. Yeah, this is very, very cool. It's a very, very cool custom track. Again, there's a lot going on. But like, it's not like, for example, Mansion of the Madness, where there's like too much going on. Whoops. Like, this has a lot going on, but it feels, you know, right. I'm gonna go on the bookshelf. Yeah, there you go. Take that a little more inside. That is, again, very, very cool custom track here. Like, I'm stunned at how good the new CTs are. I mean, I'm sad Star City's gone, but like, this is so much better. Like, again, honestly, like, amazed. Oh, I didn't even notice the Kitty got squished. I didn't even notice that. That's something I'd never noticed about Mario Kart Wii. But yeah, overall, love this custom track. This is a very, very, very cool custom track and a great way to end the update. So yeah, that was the February 2022 update for CTGP. Overall thoughts, I really enjoyed this update. I mean, most of the tracks, all bar one track, was like, I was happy with. I mean, like, you know, I'll get the negatives out of the way first. I mean, like, obviously, Melody Sanctum and Wuhu Island, they weren't updated much, but like, I don't have much of a problem with them because they didn't really need updating in the first place. Excuse me, the one disappointment that I think I had with this entire update was Delfino Island. I was expecting a lot more from that track. I wanted it to be updated like a lot more than it was. Like, there wasn't much. Again, I can't justify it being in CTGP. I just can't justify it. I never really could to begin with. But if the track was updated, like visually, and if they made like 2 laps, for example, or like just something, if they had a major change that was like, you know, affecting the track in some way, like a major update. If it had that, then I would say, okay, yeah, it should be in CTGP. But I can't defend it being in CTGP at the moment. I unfortunately can't. That's the truth of it. But other than that, I think that the actual tracks that have been, you know, properly updated have been utterly fantastic. Let's see. DS Cheep Beach looks beautiful. I love the changes they made to that. GameCube Bowser's Castle. Love how they made it look more like the original. And like the side-to-side Bowser cannon thing is great. Sunset Ridge looks really pretty. And like the illumination of the caves is my favorite part of that. Crystal Dungeon, not much was changed. But like, again, the illumination of the crystals was like, you know, the main takeaway I had from that. And then obviously you have the 2 new tracks. Musical Motorway, which is what we're looking at now. My Ghost driving the track. This is honestly probably one of the best recreations of a custom track I've ever seen. Like, seriously, no hyperbole, not like, you know, not exaggerating this. It is one of the best I've ever seen. This is honestly an incredible recreation. And Calyx Library, yeah, really enjoyed that track as well. I love going outside and inside the library. The shortcuts you can do are really cool. Yeah, overall, will I say this is as good as the December update I reviewed? I actually think this is probably a bit better. I think that, you know, we had more new tracks, but I think that the new tracks and the updated tracks in this, from memory, are better than the December update I reviewed. So overall, a really good update. So thank you guys very much for watching. Yeah, hopefully another update like this comes out very soon. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any new videos from me. I'm Matt Kishikawa, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.